rights, even though it still has its own lapses. For instance, economic and social rights are not yet enforceable. The right to health, right to education, right to housing, and so on. They're still in Chapter 2. They're not, you can't go to court to enforce them. But the rights that are provided in the Constitution that are enforceable, to what extent have they been enforced? And your comment, when I was speaking, that there's a difference between what is in the book, what ought to be, and what is actually obtains. And I think we're concerned about what actually obtains here, because the right, let me give you a simple example, the right to liberty, freedom of citizens. The Constitution provides that anybody arrested on suspicion of having committed an offense must be charged to court within 24 hours or 48 hours. Now, who obeys that? And the police know, every policeman passes through the police college, and they are told that this is the provision of Section 35 of the Constitution. It's not about lack of knowledge. It's about lack of consequences for violating rights. So when a policeman takes in a suspect and detains him or her for months, weeks, in violation of the person's right under the Constitution, what happens? Nothing. Nothing happens, and that's impunity. And impunity is not, in Nigeria, is not just about violation of human rights. It's about corruption. People embezzling resources meant for the commonwealth, and nothing happens. Public officers are going to charge to court years on years, nothing happens. So the impunity is the problem, and it's what is the cause of decay of every society. So a policeman arrests somebody, throws him into jail, the person goes to court, get judgment against the police. Remember, not against that individual policeman that did the wrong. And the police will not enforce the law. And like my learned colleague said, that the judiciary is hamstrung because they can't enforce it on themselves, because there's no judiciary police. They have to still rely on the police to enforce the law against the police. So the Constitution needs to do a lot to create independence of judiciary, not just on paper, but in reality. Not just in saying judiciary is the last hope of the common man. Our system has not given that judiciary the power to be the last hope of the common man, because the judiciary depends on the executive for funding. It depends on the police to enforce its laws. It depends on so many other things, even judicial appointments. It depends on the governor or the president to approve candidates recommended for judicial appointments. And this brings about patronage. So there's no way there can be judicial independence in those circumstances. And I think the Constitution should strengthen enforcement institutions, especially the judiciary, so that the citizens can approach the courts and truly get redress and have it enforced to the last letter.
Thank you.